I don't know why, but sometimes it opens up two of them and it screws everything.
Muted, okay.
Please silence all cell phones. Call this meeting to order. Lori, do roll call, please.
Jarzell,
Here.
Hammett,
Here.
Cameron, here. Cook,
Here.
and Loomis.
Here, you pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's up to people who wants to, if they want to sign in, they can sign in. There is a sign up sheet up here if anyone wants to sign in.
We can pass it if we want.
Okay, first thing is approve the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
There's been a motion to approve the agenda as presented and it's been seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Minutes of the last meeting, February 16th and special meeting, February 27th.
I will make the motion that we approve February 16th to February 27th minutes.
Support.
There's been a motion to accept the February 16th and February 27th minutes. That's been seconded. Is there any discussion? I'm just wondering, I wasn't here, I'm sorry about that, but numbers on the special meeting, number 6 for the spending policy with help from Sharon. Could somebody explain that to me?
There's the one.
What that question was or what you guys voted on?
We didn't, there's no, we'll see in place.
I said motion passed, so I assumed you voted on it.
It says right there, I make a motion that I create a spending policy with the help from Sharon, support by Cook, all eyes, yes. So we made a motion that we should create a spending policy.
Spending policy or who?
It's for
everybody?
something, if something comes up and we don't have time to come to a board meeting.
Okay,
Up to
I
a
just,
Amount you could spend.
okay, I just wanted the explanation what that was. It didn't,
It just said creating a spending policy.
yeah, well, I was wondering for what.
More for like an emergency type.
No,
Okay.
we had the emergency one. It's just a regular thing. We didn't have one in place for anything.
Okay. Okay, any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Next thing is the treasurer's report. I've got a question, it's probably a stupid question, but I gotta ask it. On this township board consulting fee for Carrie Petzel. Is that, I know it's the same amount and I should ask it last month. What is that for?
When she comes in and helps, Jackie,
Is that an hourly rate or?
I made a motion for a rate and we just divided it up month or weekly so if she's, instead of her keeping track of hours, she gets, some weeks she gets paid, or she works a bunch of hours, and other weeks she doesn't work as many. So we just averaged it out and that's how she gets paid as a consultant when she's helping.
She's also available for phone calls when Jackie has a question.
Yeah, I realize that. I was just wondering, it just struck me it's the same amount every time, so I'm just asking. Okay. I'll make a motion, we pay the bill.
Support.
There's been a motion to pay the bills, been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
Cook,
Yes.
Loomis,
Yep.
Cameron, yes. Jarzell
Yes.
and Hyman.
Yes.
Okay, public comment. Is there any public comment? Sherry?
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Good. You're good. Thank you. Some of this you guys already have, but I'm resubmitting. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, it's too weird. Because I never heard anything about it, so I didn't know if you guys didn't see it or what happened with that. So, anyway. Okay, tell me when you're ready. Okay. All right, so the first handout was a complaint that we formally filed against the zoning administrator on February 12, 2026, regarding a couple issues that are very much concern of ours. First one was a lack of enforcement in spite of multiple complaints of the ordinance in regards to the signage. We also wanted it in the record and acknowledged by the board that the zoning administrator misrepresented the facts to the board, in front of the board, in order to get the board to close a sign complaint in regards to Linda Newton. We had included their property lines and all relevant information, where Tammy pointed out to the board that the Newtons had no other place to place their sign except for in front of the house, which it was then and it's still there today. Without a formal vote, the board agreed to allow it, which goes against the ordinance regardless. But in any case, it was misrepresented. Property lines for the Newtons clearly, and it's in that packet again, clearly go south along one of the roads quite some ways. And they would have plenty of room to comply with the current ordinance. The second set of handouts not received before are the letters that we just got in the mail from the zoning administrator on 2/4 and 2/18. This time she implies that she'll be investigating the complaints and for the first time throws out some new rules for private roads. Why would a private road be any different? It's certainly not differentiated in the ordinance. And I would think this would need to be formally changed in the ordinance if this is indeed a new rule. But in any case, I went over to my cottage yesterday, and Jimmy Cobb, Deborah Strauss, and Linda Newton are still not in compliance with the current ordinance. So either Tammy is being dishonest or she never went over there at all. Because in the email she wrote to us, she's closing the files once again. She said they're in compliance. We are requesting that something be done in regards to the enforcement of this sign ordinance. It just seems like Ms. Dancer consistently uses the experts, i.e. the attorney, Alvin, the chair of the planning commission, and now Wade Trim with this new thing we got going with the sign ordinance to try to accomplish what her agenda is by stating they advise. She has been proven to be dishonest in this area a few times now, with stating to us when the petition drive was going around that we had to shut down. We said, why do we have to shut down? Alvin Zavitz said we do. So we called Alvin. He never said any such thing. She finally admitted that, and it's on tape at a planning commission meeting. Also changing the verbiage on a special use permit after the board and the planning commission voted, had 2 or 3 years worth of meetings to do these ordinances. She changed the verbiage. I think that's kind of big. Nothing was ever done about that. And then with this latest thing that she did, back in January, she submitted what was called a memorandum to the board, implying that the attorney asked her to give some suggestions for a proposed settlement. And the suggestions had two. One was to get us to shut down our short-term rental, and the other one was some other things of ways you guys could make us not operate anymore. Nothing was in there about standing by the current ordinance. So that was pretty odd. But anyway, so that to me is
Time's up.
very.
Time's up.
I'm gonna have to come up again, aren't I?
Yeah.
Because I will.
Well, you can't speak again on the same subject at the second comment.
Mark, are you prepared to do my speech? Right, well, the whole speech in its entirety is in there, and I hope you guys really read it, because I feel like I should be given the time, because nobody even addressed this complaint. I sent it to
Thank you.
Laura,
Thank you very much.
complaint and all the evidence, so somebody needs to do something about it.
Okay,
So thank you.
thanks, Sherry. Anybody else? Is it Dan, is it?
Ken.
Ken, I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes. Actually, one is. Well, I believe I came up with a way to get ahead of the problem we have on our CMH over on 4296 Mercury Lake Road. I come up with a process proposal for you guys to look at. So I guess I'll just read it forward. To get ahead of future community health, mental health issue facilities opening in other Millington Township residential properties. I believe the Millington Township Board needs to create a new process and ordinance to protect the community. Below is a process proposal to create and maintain that I am calling a CMH through PTA list. That the existing property transfer affidavit files can be used to make the township aware of future CMH facilities before they surprisingly open up next to you. It's like they did to us. Millington's community mental health awareness through property affidavit. Like I said, it's the CMH through PTA process is like, I guess maybe you guys can call it. Just, it's in it, I guess. All right, so what I propose is township board supervisor assistant or board assigned person will review all property transfer affidavit records of Millington Township property sold during the month and maintain a list. Private residential properties that are sold, a buyer's name is in, if there's a buyer's name in the LLC with owner name not in Millington Township like Capgro is down here. And if buyer's address is a PO box, which I found in another facility, just flag that and put it on the list. I've told them. I'd say go back to January 1st. That way there we capture the Mercury Lake sale. And the things I'd like to, I think should be on the list is the street address of the property, date of transfer, buyer's name, buyer's address, Millington Township received stamp date, PTA certification signature. If you turn to the next page, I have everything highlighted off that property transfer date. So affidavit, and that should be put on that list. The third page actually has a spreadsheet I created. So it actually shows you Capgro in there and the list of things I proposed. And then there at the end, I would propose that the zoning administrator or zoning administrator assistant or someone assigned by the board will review the CMH, this list that's been created, and surveil the new Millington Township property addresses. So 4296 Mercury Lake from the monthly updates. Make somebody from, I don't know, the zoning, I don't know how it would work, but make contact with the company. Like we seen Capgro working on that property for months before they opened. They bought the property in 24. Last summer, we seen dumpsters out front like they were working on it. So I think there's a way somebody can go there, knock on the door. What are you guys doing here? If you have the address, you might give you a reason to go there. Now it's purchased by Chicago, Illinois. Why do you want the property?
Okay,
For you guys to maybe ponder, and
okay, thanks, Ken.
I just don't want you guys to end up with the same problem we have.
Anybody else? Whoever you are back there, I can't see you. Okay.
I don't.
I just wanted to introduce myself to you all.
Okay,
My name is Mark Petrowski. I'm running for the 97th District House seat, which is currently held by Matt Bierlein. He's chose to run for the Senate. And I'm stepping into the fray. My background is definitely not a political one. I worked at Nexteer, Delphi, Saginaw Steering Gear, whatever it was called, for close to 40 years. I was a manufacturing engineer. My niche was buying equipment to make car parts. And that's pretty much what I did, and that's pretty much what I know. I was involved with putting stuff into Saginaw when we had Alabama sites and several sites throughout the world. My focus, because I think Lansing's gone astray, is pretty much to try to get a little bit more representation from the people. Get education back on track. Right now, the state is ranked 44th out of 50 in the country for 4th grade reading. Power, cheap, reliable power. The abundance that we have of natural energy versus the unreliable wind and solar is, in my mind, crazy. And then to work on tax structure. Like I said, I hope you'll consider. I'm running for the Republican office, 97th District, to replace Matt Bierlein. I am not the other guy who was here. He was running for the Senate. I don't want to get us too confused. I know we're good looking guys, but
What was your name again, sir?
Mark Petrowski, last name spelled P as in Peter, IOTROWSKI.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Anybody else for public comment? Okay. New business, budget adjustments. Any questions on that?
So will these type of adjustments be put into the new budget for next year so that we won't need to do the budget?
Yes, we will
adjustments?
increase them. Jackie's already informed me that we need to increase them.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
we are gonna increase them.
Great. Okay.
Any other questions on the budget adjustments? If not, HMA road work, which is repaving the roads. These are the two roads that we agreed to do this year
Don't you have to vote on those budget amendments?
on the action items.
Transferring money.
That'll be later in the,
Oh, I'm
That'd be
sorry.
on the
I'm
action
sorry,
item.
action items. I'm
Yeah, we
sorry.
do a little different now.
I'm sorry. Yes.
So these are the two roads we decided to do. It's on Fulmer Road from Barnes to Millington Village limits. Barnes Road from Vassar to Millman Road. I contacted Will Green and asked him about the bridges because they're not done with the bridges out there. But he said they should have plenty enough time to finish the bridges and repave the Barnes Road between Vassar and Millman.
that'll be, they're working on one now. Is there one more to do yet?
Yes,
And that one will be
the
able to
one
get
to
done?
the east. Yeah, they got to finish the center one up
Right.
and then do the one on the east side.
Okay, because the one, they seem to be taking so much longer that
Well,
was
they
my
got
concern.
a late start because they kept busy up in the thumb and then of course with the winter.
Right.
They don't have much to do on the center one and then they're gonna tackle the
Awesome.
one on the east side.
Okay.
Any other questions on the road work?
What happens if they don't bridge that? We just don't.
We just won't pave it until the end show. Yeah, there ain't no use, there ain't no reason to pave it. Yeah, but they assured me
The way things
that,
are going on those first, it's gonna be next year before it's.
well, the first one especially was a different type of bridge. These two here are box bridges that they have pre-made. So all they gotta do is dig the old one out, put the new one in. And like I say, the center one, they got a late start on. And so, but they're pretty much finished with the center one. So Will Green assured me that it'd be done, and if it's not done, we just won't pave that road. Any other questions? So Southern Links Trailway budget. Any questions on that?
We're just putting in $5,000.
Yep. That's all they requested. Okay, number 4, waiver of escrow fee, American Auto Sales and Service.
Okay, I think that one is me. The planning commission wanted me to bring this to you guys when he was applying, when the owner of American Auto Sales was applying for the special use permit in 2007. For the dealership, he did not want the service side included. And it ended up it was, because once he changed it, service side had to be involved. The term "no junk cars or vehicles awaiting repair are to be visible" is the hardship that he is referring to, because for the service side, he would like that term removed for just the service side, not the sales side. They could still be behind the fence and everything. But for this, when he's working on a vehicle, if he's waiting for parts, he just rolls it out the door, works on another car, and it'd be hard for him to push everything behind the fence while he's waiting for parts to always be pairing things.
Mhm.
he would just like that term removed from the service side of it.
As far as those awaiting repairs are visible.
Yes.
I also noticed that these minutes weren't signed and I looked for the following minutes. I couldn't find them that they've been approved. So I'm just questioning that.
Did they say what the justification was that he wants the escrow fee waived?
It was because it was a mistake that it was added to it, but it ended up, it had to be added to it, the service side. And he didn't realize that at the time, or else and it's just come up recently that the car's awaiting to be repaired.
What we're talking was just this line right down here.
But he's got it,
Yes,
and he needs to have a hearing, correct? And that's what he wants
Correct.
to waive the hearing.
because to change it, the special use permit, he has to have a hearing.
Mhm.
What property, this is a property on Willard and 15. So the property is currently for sale. And looks pretty empty. Is this so it goes, that he wants it to go with the property when he sells it? Is this to have something to do with the sale of the property?
He's currently still working there, but the special use permit goes with the property, so yes, he probably wants the next people to be able to repair their vehicles without putting them behind the fence.
So he's gonna lease it or whatever, maybe, or is that what the plans are?
There's for sale signs out there, so I just,
Sale sign, okay.
so I guess I was just wondering, because it didn't look like much activity there. So I didn't know if this is something he needed to do for the sale of it? Or
This
for
is
his
just something
personal use?
that he's just been wanting to fix, and it's just come up recently that it was on there. That he noticed that it was there.
So he just needs a waiver to the escrow fee.
The only,
That's what he would like.
That's what he'd like.
I think Ed can have something to add.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ed, you got,
I sit on the board. I'm co-chair. I do have additional information if the board would like to hear
would that help you?
it. Sure.
Sure.
So, again, as Mr. Cook noted back in 2007, Mr. Zavix came in and applied to open up his business for resale of vehicles. On his application was just vehicle resale. He didn't want to change any of the service and repair that business had been doing since 1920s, 1930s. Actually, at one time was a gas station.
Mhm.
So that part of the business has been there forever. Okay. He just wanted to add doing the resale. When it went through, and the meeting minutes reflected that when they put the verbiage out there, they included that he had to move the cars that are waiting service and repair behind the fence. As Mr. Cook noted, that creates a hardship for the business. You look around this area, you have multiple repair shops. They're not moving, most of them don't even have a fence, okay? They're not moving those behind the fence. So what really created the hardship was the township not having documentation that previously it was approved as service and repair without this extra requirement. So what we voted on and what's just in our meeting minutes is that this board, considering it was a issue with the documentation that the township has, same thing that we had concerns about documentation of the church out here, documentation with New Light, okay? That the board or that the township covers the cost of both the notices, public notices, and no escrow required. That is what was asked, and Mr. Cook asked this board for, because this hardship has been brought on the business by the township, not business owner. Questions?
Well, I'm looking at the special use permit and it doesn't mention anything about the repair vehicles going behind the fence. It just says variance for used vehicles to be repaired. Doesn't say nothing about they have to go behind the fence. Sure, the minutes do. But the minutes aren't signed and they're not. And they're not approved, because I couldn't find nothing in the following meeting that said that.
I'm not.
That's my only question. The special use permit does not say they had to go behind the fence.
This one it does. Stipulates current fence.
Yeah,
area.
it said no junk cars visible. But junk cars and repair cars are two different things.
What we felt as the planning commission board, the easiest way to clean this up, if you will, was to have Mr. Zevix ask for an amendment to the existing special land use permit he has. That would then put the verbiage in there that excludes vehicles that are waiting service and repair from having be behind the fence. And again, as you noted, Ms. Sooms, there's documentation that we don't have in the township that needs to be cleaned up. And that is really a township issue. So why do we put that hardship on the business? Same thing like what we did with the church out there, a new light, the township covered it.
So, so what is your point that it's not signed?
Well, there's a place there to be signed and it's not signed, and also the following meeting doesn't mention anything this year was approved. I couldn't find them.
I know you stated that, but what is your point that it's not signed? That
Well, what I'm
the
saying
whole
is-
thing isn't valid?
No, what I'm saying is the minutes, I'm not so sure they're valid, because the special land use permit says the variance for used vehicles to be repaired. But if that's what we gotta do, that's fine.
So you're just asking us to clean it up, make it
Make it right.
right and valid.
Put more hardship on this.
But he wants us to skip
Cover
the
the
fee.
cost of
Yeah.
public
Ours-
notices and no escrow. Not just no escrow, also the public notice.
Well, the cost of the mailings is paid
Yes.
out of escrow.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
my misunderstanding.
Yeah, it's paid out of escrow, and then whatever's
So
not
that-
used, whatever's not used is returned to the person.
Thank you for that clarification. Any other questions?
I think that's it. You got anything else, Gerald?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, thanks, Ed. Okay, the removal of weed control parcel 017-012-600-0800-00.
So this person has two properties and he was charged for two weed controls, so we just have to make a motion and put in the minutes to remove the weed control because he isn't supposed to have two. So that's just a formality.
Okay, any other questions on the weed control?
Or is this out at the lake?
Yeah,
Murphy Lake.
Yeah. weed control only applies to Murphy Lake.
Okay, number 6, simplified IT quotes.
Okay, so number 6, you guys will see that we got 2 different quotes from our IT. They gave us an email notifying us that it looks like prices for computers and hardware is going to be rising. And they said if we wanted to get a computer now might be a good time versus waiting. I know for a fact my computer dies regularly, it overheats and shuts down in the middle of working, and then I have to restart it and I have to walk around the back of the computer every time. And we said that it's a common problem within the computers that we have. I know Sharon, I believe you had problems with yours.
Occasionally, yeah.
Okay, Jackie said she just got a new monitor, but she said she would not mind a new computer. So I would definitely like one. The quote, as you can see, are $920 each. So we just have to decide if anyone else feels that they need one or if it impacts the rate. Then we can vote on that. And then also the second quote was our servers. The server that we have right now is outdated. When I'm in the office trying to help Jackie, I'm not able to access BSNA because I'm supposed to update it every like 30 days. In order for me to update BSNA, I have to call our tech guy and he has to drop the firewall on our security system so that I can update it. So and sometimes BSNA adds an update less than 30 days. So that makes my computer a lot less useful as well. So when I got the quotes, you'll see, let's see, there was one on here, actually the top page is the quote for the server is the 6758, and then down here it said installation was the 4,000, and I was like, what? Why is it 4,000 to do no install a server? So the next page he gave us a list of everything that needs to be done. So that is all of the information I have on the computers.
Robert, can you please ask them to quit whispering in the back?
What?
Could you please ask people to quit whispering in the back?
Oh, could you guys quit
Distracting.
whispering? I guess I didn't hear it, but
Yeah, it's distracting. It interferes with our YouTube.
so this server, you won't have to drop the firewall for BNSNA.
That was what he said. He said that was a problem with the server that we had. It's old.
And this would be
Firewall.
compatible with elections, everything, all the BSNA programs that we have.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Recreational vehicle violation case 2024-002.
Provide the board with all of the information relative to this complaint file. I'm bringing it to the board because it's the first complaint file that I will be moving forward towards a municipal civil infraction notice of violation and potentially a subsequent civil infraction citation. This complaint originates in 2024 and it still remains open and non-compliant. I'm just simply bringing it to the board for authorization to take the next step under our civil infraction policy. I'm happy to answer any questions if you have it.
We
You ever
serve.
gotten any responses from him?
I've gotten several responses, all of which says that they're going to sell it, that it's gonna be moved, but we're going on 2 years, and so far we haven't taken that step. I've been in touch with the property owner as recently as last week, with the same intent. But I think that we're in this township, that we need to take the next step in order to ensure that
Any other questions?
We've actually allowed it a lot longer than we should have.
Okay.
I mean,
Number 8, request to designate Millington Cemetery as emergency location site.
So St. Paul reached out to us and asked if they could use the cemetery as an emergency relocation site. So I drafted a emergency access and use agreement. I sent it to our attorney. He approved it with, I felt that there had been an original recommendation when I drew it up. With the supervision ratios, it's number 3 on the second page. I don't know if it was, you guys might not have gotten it, because he just got back to us. I think it was like at 4 this afternoon. So Jackie was at 3:44. So Jackie printed it off and put it in here, but I emailed everyone with it. But number 3 on the second page says that supervision ratios, if the school is using the space for a drill or evacuation, they must guarantee a specific ratio of staff to students. And I said, that kind of seems a little nitpicky. If there's an emergency situation, we just want to get the kids out of the school and get them to safety. So I said, is it okay if we pull that part out? And the attorney said, yes, he thinks that would be a little excessive, that require that. So he said he would cut that requirement. Otherwise, the proposal looks good. So, that was, you guys want me to hand this around to refresh your memories of that?
yeah, I don't think I have that.
I think it's a good idea. I think I also run it across the insurance company.
Okay.
Just tell them what we're gonna do.
You got
And it
something?
might not mean nothing, but I think I'd at least ask.
There's someone in the back.
I'm the principal at St. Paul.
Okay,
And I just wanted to clarify that this would only be used for emergency situations, that's it, not drills or anything. So
Okay.
just to clarify, it's
Okay.
only for if there was an incident. It'd only be for those emergency situations.
yeah. When I said insurance, I'm just thinking liability, so
Yeah.
just to run it across them and say this is what our intentions are, so. Okay, thank you. Proposed amendments, repealing ordinance number 1802.
So the repeal of ordinance 1802 is in succession with the amendment of ordinance for our section 5.03. So this was the recommendation from our legal counsel, was to put all of the ordinances relevant to the mining operations in one place within our ordinance document. And so that's what those two ordinance amendments would accomplish if we provided those drafts. And then the third bullet point that's underneath number 9 is that sign ordinance that was recommended by the council back in 2024 to make sure that it's constitutionally compliant. So the board had authorized that Wade Trim be contracted to draft these proposed amendments. And so I'm bringing those drafts back to you for your review and approval to move on to the planning commission with the request that the planning commission would then hold the required hearings to move those amendments forward.
So when you repeal 1802, is that for all the special land use permits or just the gravel pit or what?
1802 is specific to gravel pit.
How about the other special land use permits? Don't they use 1802 or not? For hearings and stuff?
I'm not sure I understand your question. Have you reviewed the?
Yes, I did.
I'm not
It's for hearings?
sure that I understand your question.
Well, when somebody wants a special land use permit, don't they use 1802 for hearings? Or not?
1802 is specific. to-
Specifically for,
Gravel pit for hearings.
Basically, isn't it combining 15 point?
We're taking 1802 and he took all of the language from 1802 and he combined it into section 5.03. So
Yeah,
you're not removing anything. You're combining them so that they're all in one place.
right.
okay.
And you have all this little red.
We didn't. So even though this is all in red, it's basically because it's moved from one spot and combining it in the other spot. It's not. So if everything pertaining to gravel pits is in one area, correct?
Makes it a lot easier to keep track, right?
No, the red
But
stuff, isn't that?
1802 isn't in red. So 1802 is just.
Yeah, that's just a repeal.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I was looking at
Yeah, the other is the
getting ahead of myself.
sign,
So.
so I shouldn't say sign, but
Yes, it's the sign ordinance.
Yeah.
Section 14.06. So that has both. Language that's been added in red, as well as language that's being proposed to remove in strikeouts. Similarly, section 5.03, the changes are in red. And it shows what proposed is to add, as well as what the proposal is. What is it, some exciting reading? I'm sure. Any other questions about those amendments?
so on this ordinance to amend the zoning ordinance, number 100. I noticed on G, or the, I'm sorry, F4,
Page are you on?
page number 4, operations shall curtail during periods of sustained high winds or wind gusts of 25 miles per hour or more that are capable of carrying visible dust plumes. How are we gonna monitor that?
These are the recommendations that came from Wade Trim, so this isn't my work.
No, yeah, I'm just asking, how are we gonna monitor that?
You just go out and take a look. You check
Well,
the
I mean, you
wind
gotta have
speed
a
and-
meter to.
Well, no,
and
you
I
know,
noise.
if the weatherman says gust to 40 miles an hour and you drive out there and you see, yep, it is.
Well, that's a big area he's covering. I mean, how do you know out there is 25 miles an hour? That's what I'm asking.
When it knocks you off the roof, it's 40 miles an hour.
Oh, that's the monitor?
I don't have the answer to your question.
Oh, I-
You'll probably have to
Just
call
bringing
Wade
the
Trim and
draft
ask
that
him.
was proposed.
Yeah, call Adam.
I mean, I certainly asked the question.
Your deputy supervisor's got something to
I
say.
just have a question for you guys. Sharon, you may remember this, because you were on the board when someone wanted a noise ordinance. And the instrument to read the noise had to be calibrated once a month. Someone had to be certified that could read that, blah, 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 in order for that to take effect. That's why basically nobody has a noise ordinance because it can't be monitored. I just don't want you guys getting caught in the same trap with that wind thing.
So that would be something to ask Adam. He would have the answer to that for you. They definitely are clearer and easier to read through.
They're gonna get sent to the planning commission.
If it would be the pleasure of the board, then they would be sent to the planning commission. They would still have to go through the same ordinance amendment processes. So we just simply commissioned Wade Trim to draft the ordinances. So now that they're drafted, I'm bringing them back to you. And with your approval, then they will go to the planning, with your direction, they will go to the planning commission, and then the planning commission will hold the required public hearings.
I noticed they struck out all signs shall be set back from all side property lines no less than a minimum distance required by zoning ordinance for buildings and structures and from all road right of ways at least 10 feet. I know now it's road right of way plus 10 feet. So they struck that out.
There was a note there that it doesn't come on here. For the reason that was struck.
I don't have that information, so if you want to compile a list of questions, I would be happy to go back and speak with Wade Trim to get answers to your questions.
Yeah, I was just wondering why that was struck out of there, because that's,
Well, is it covered in the 7A and B in below it? That's usually what I noticed when something was struck, it was clarified
With that little note.
in the
Yeah.
next section. So I've read through these twice.
So you are asking about the G that was struck out, and that's what you want?
yes, that's, I can call them myself.
Cause see,
Well-
in 7A, it says the triangle formed by legs measured, it gives different descriptions for, I think that covers what that used to cover.
No, that doesn't cover what this here is, you gotta be 10 foot off the right of way, which in other words, on the road, it's 33 foot right of way, whether it's a private road or a regular road.
Correct.
So it's 33 foot from the center of the road to right of way and then another 10 feet. So your sign must be 43 foot off the center of the road. I'm just wondering why they struck that out of there. It just seemed like it would be a safety issue.
To ensure an effective use of our resources, I would suggest that the board take the time to review these documents. You're welcome to table them. You don't need to advance them today. Put your questions together. I'll take that compiled list back to Wade Trim, and then I can bring you the responses. I don't think it makes sense to have individual members each reach out individually to Wade Trim and then have multiple lines of communication started. If you would be so kind as to forward me all of your questions, I will compile them all together and then make sure that the board has answers to those questions.
Well, there's a lot here and I think that might not be a bad idea.
Mr. Maschke, do you have something?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ed.
As part of the planning commission documents you are referring to right now, we haven't seen them.
It's because you're not, because we said, please, Tammy, take these and bring them back, and then we will send them to you for your review and then possible hearing. So you're going to see them.
Let's,
Yes, it is
I
what
guess
she said.
Where I'm at, no, where I'm at is, I agree we should have be working with Wade and Trim. But why isn't Wade and Trim working with the planning commission? That's all I'm asking.
We are the ones that voted to have Tammy send these on. As a board, we voted for Tammy to do that.
It's easier
And then
for,
it goes
Well, maybe-
to, then it goes to the
Maybe-
planning commission and
maybe when it comes to you, Ed, you can work with Wade Trim.
Yeah, I'm willing, yeah, I'm happy to work with them.
well, it saves money if he's working with one person that gets, like she said, all the questions, one person. His time gets better spent and better utilization of our money to hire him. And then we get this document hammered out that this is what we like. Then it goes to you
The planning
for you guys
commission-
to hammer out the rest of the
planning
way.
Commission makes the ordinance, so he should be working with someone that sits on the planning commission.
I think that's a good idea, Luann, but I also think when it goes to the planning commission, if they've got any questions, they should have the ability to talk
Yeah,
to Adam
but
Young.
this should be like pretty clear for them to start with. It'll take away a lot of questions.
Just like.
So as they go
questions.
through it.
Maybe they'll have questions. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, but that's their job. Once they get this document,
Well-
they review the document and they go through it.
That's what I'm saying. Once it gets to them, if they got questions, they can contact Adam Young.
And he
That's
can
what I'm
repeat the same things he's already done. And we can waste some more money.
How do we know that?
Okay,
You worried about wasting money now?
yeah.
Yeah. Why don't, okay. We'll discuss that during action items. Delegation of authority deputy supervisor. Number 10.
I brought these generic role policies to the, because we had talked about it last time. It is highly recommended we make a policy to even have a deputy supervisor. We don't currently have a policy to have one. So we need to work that out, that we allow a deputy policy for the deputy supervisor. Then we need to write a job description for what he does. And I've got several different guidelines from different places and MTA, what the Michigan case law says. So I brought these so that everybody can look at these, send me your suggestions. Then I will put the suggestions together and bring it back to the board to get the policy done. That has to be done first. If we can get them both done at the same time, great. But you need to have a formal resolution to establish the position of a deputy supervisor, township supervisor.
How about the deputy treasurer and deputy clerk and the deputy zoning administrator?
it's already been established.
I thought we didn't have no job description for them. Do we?
I didn't look for them. I was looking
Oh,
for the
I was
deputy.
told we didn't have any.
He is right. We need.
Okay, then we should do
Well,
all
why
of
are
them.
you discriminating against the deputy?
I'm not, I didn't know that we
Well, that's
didn't have
exactly
one,
what-
Bob.
We,
This was what they voted last month for me to bring to the board.
And I think you did a good job. I really do. I think it looks good.
So we can work on the other two at the
But I
same
think the
time.
other ones also,
Robert, I was just waiting for her to give a breath and I was going to bring them.
Okay.
So we can, because they all three need to be done.
Yeah, agreed.
all three of them need to be done.
That's good. Just said.
Oh, I thought you said two. Okay,
So take these that I've given you, make notes on them, email me, let me know what you would like added or what you got questions about. And then I can put something together for our next meeting.
and you're also gonna work on the other three,
The other two.
the other three.
Question.
1+2.
How about the deputy zoning administrator?
He might actually have one.
Oh, I thought he didn't have one either.
I'll have to look on that one. This one.
Okay, if not, I think they all need to be done.
Mr. Loomis, I have a question.
Yes,
Michigan common law, whatever it is about deputy supervisor,
Luann said we need a policy to,
They recommend having a policy.
what's that?
MTA recommends having a
That's what I'm
policy.
saying, we must have one of two different things, but Michigan common law says he may appoint. Deputy treasurer and deputy clerk says he shall, so it's two shalls and a may. Just want to point that out.
Okay. Thanks, Bob. Basically discussion, creating a job description, we already talked about that. Zoning administrators report.
So within my zoning administrator report, you should have a copy of the updated permits that have been issued year to date, as well as the complaints that we have received year to date. In addition to that, I now relative to a request for authorization to issue a warning notice for an address on Murphy Lake Road that has too many recreational vehicles. Because the board has previously directed that enforcement actions be initiated in response to complaints, I'm requesting the board's authorization to proceed with sending an initial warning notice letter to this particular property owner based on my own documented observation as opposed to based on complaints. There used to be 3 recreational vehicles on the property. He's now up to 5 recreational vehicles. But none of these neighbors had complained. No, but how long do we want to wait and let someone continue to be in violation before we alert them to the violation?
This new one here, that's on Murphy Lake and M15 or in that area.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, any other questions for the zoning administrator? Okay, number 12, an old business tree removal quote.
Okay, after talking with the sextons, there are 7 large maple trees along Main Street. They are in very bad shape and poor health, and they're just gonna be coming down piece by piece. So I looked into, I thought it would look nice if we replanted with new trees, but that's for a different time. Right now, the first step would be removing the existing ones. So I did reach out to, the last time we did tree quotes. We did the one called Tree Service and they did an amazing job. They were out when they said they would be out. They cleaned everything up immaculately. And it was over and done very quickly. So I reached out to him. He gave us a quote. And then when I talked to the sextons again, they said, hey, there's a lot of other stuff that we need done in the back. That's not safe for them to do because they don't have the lift, or it's in an area where they might be headstones. So I had him go through the whole cemetery with the sextons, and they brought up everything that they could not do. So this total that you see here is for all of the work. So that's the quote for getting the trees removed. That would also include the stump removal, all of the mulch from the stump removal, and cleaning everything up.
I'm not doubting they do a good job. I'm just wondering, how do we know that's a good price
Well,
without a second quote?
I will call 2 other people if you want. He was just so far underneath the other ones. I don't know if you have tree work done, but removing a large maple tree is usually pretty expensive. He's taking 7 of them down, and he's quoted as 4,000. And then there's multiple other trees along here with there's, I believe, well, it doesn't matter. You can see everything that's going to get done here. So for 6,500, it would be for 6,650. I'm sorry, it's removing the 7 large maple trees. So I guess tonight I'll make a motion, and I deal with tree work quite a bit. This is a very good quote, but I know that he does a great job and he cleans everything up. Last time I was pretty nervous, so that's why I got the 3 quotes, and his, like I said, was far cheaper than the other 2 people. And I was expecting this quote to be twice as much money as what it is.
Well, I still think there should be at least another one that just confirm that it's a good price. I'm not saying it's not, I'm not saying he doesn't do a good job, but,
I said, okay.
okay, number 13, repair and replace damaged headstones.
For me. So there was a damaged headstone, when it was pretty icy and nasty out. I reached out to 2 different companies. The first one said it was gonna be around 2,500. I do not have that code here because I just talked to him face to face. And I said, I'll reach out to him if we needed it back. So Jackie reached out because she said we've always dealt with the Grace Monument. So Jackie reached out to Grace Monument, and they gave us 2 options. Option number 1 of grinding down and repolishing the stone, and that would be like $1,360. That also included getting rid of the rust on the back. The first guy I had talked to, he said he's never had luck with the black granite headstones, that the colors, it just does not look the same, even when you burned it down. You usually see brush marks, and if you tried to dye it, it just doesn't work. He said he would recommend getting a new stone, so he wouldn't even quote me a price to grind it down. Mentioned that to Grace Monument. She said, yeah, because usually grinding it down does not work. So she quoted a price, and then she gave us a special price because we usually go with them. I asked if we could just kind of grind off the front of it and re-engrave it, and she said nope, because the face is too thin and it would probably crack and break. So that's the 1,900 is the cost for the new stone.
I think I asked last time, this is something that was had to be damaged.
Yep.
Okay. Now, how about insurance? Would that be a possibility or not?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I know before they covered damaged headstones. That's the only reason why I'm asking. Any other questions on the damaged headstone? Okay, update on planning commission appointments. I've been busy with the board of review and budget. I've been working tremendously on budget, matter of fact, all weekend. And also waiting to on the findings of the private investigators, so I'm gonna put the township in a hardship if I overstep my authorities by not appointing Robert Bernard. So once the private investigator gets done, I'll be more than happy to look for somebody.
You mean you were willing to keep someone on there that isn't an appointed member? When you said last month you had 2 candidates and we're just waiting for their resumes?
But they never got back with me.
Did you reach out to them and
I
ask?
know, like I say, I've been busy.
Well, we're all busy,
Well,
but this is something that's been going on since January 1st.
well, if I appoint somebody and I was supposed to appoint Robert Bernard, now we got a real problem. So now we got 2 people.
Well, there's 3 for you to consider. The fact was
3.
that wasn't there 3 others that
There's
had,
3 resumes that were sent in.
yeah,
Well,
and you
okay,
didn't consider any of the
let's
3.
say so let's say if I pick somebody. And they go on, now the private investigator says, no, you're supposed to put Robert Bernard on. Now what do we do with him?
I think that the fact that you didn't consider any of the 3 was what brought this
No,
issue
you're
up.
wrong about that.
No, I'm not.
Luann, I did
So-
consider him.
Have
You never mentioned their name, Robert. You wouldn't look at their resumes. During that meeting, you refused to acknowledge.
I
that they
didn't
were
look at the
even here.
resumes. Are you sure about that?
Well, you sure didn't let us talk about them at the meeting.
I didn't stop you from talking about him.
And did you pick one of them to appoint?
No, because they wasn't what I was looking for.
Because you had 2,
Didn't
we
I say
voted
that?
yes
So
and
what,
then
so
no.
what exactly are you looking for?
Somebody in the ag profession.
Have you had anyone come in and inquire about that are in ag positions?
Yes,
to
I
the
had
office?
2, but they never, I said, would you guys decide, come back and see me?
Really?
Yes.
And I was under the understanding, because I had 2 people that I sent to you because they had mentioned they were interested.
Who was that?
And the one said, when I asked about it, you told him he wasn't qualified because he was a retired farmer.
No, because I told him he wasn't farming now. And that's the same thing you said about Tim Kite.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
You misunderstood what I said about Tim
No,
Kind.
I don't think I did.
Yes,
You
you
did.
did, because I said you need to consider more qualifications than just that. Than just farming. there is more information that.
Okay,
needed to
guy's
be-
got a builder's license, he's got electrical license.
I'm not debating that person. What I'm saying is his brother, who has farmed for years and years and years and just stopped farming a few years ago. And he comes in and asks you and you say he's not
I
qualified?
didn't tell him he wasn't
Yes, you-
qualified.
yes, you
No, I
did. So-
didn't.
So I'm not gonna debate with you, but you're setting a you setting a standard, and I know for a fact, two people came in, one is a current farmer
Mhm.
and one is a retired farmer who still owns land, rents out land, and also helps people farm, and you turned them away.
And so does Tim Kyneth.
Tim
'Cause I-
Kyneth has not farmed for many years.
It's not to,
He doesn't rent out his
it's
land.
not to debate the person.
Because I've baled hay for the Amish on his property, so don't
Well,
tell me he
yeah,
doesn't.
but Tim didn't bale
Let's
hay for
stick
that.
on focus on the agenda.
Neither does the white.
Can we stay focused on what we're talking about? If you
What
have
is
two
that?
people interested and you said you're gonna bring their resumes to this meeting, why are you stalling?
Where's
And
my
appoint?
resumes?
You're the
I
one in
think,
charge
I
to
think
get
the
the
first, I
resumes.
think the first one had better
Where's
move it.
your resumes, Robert?
I said they didn't bring it back.
Why not? Why did you
I don't know
inquire?
why they didn't. I said, when you guys are serious, bring your resume in and we'll talk about it.
You didn't say that to the two people that were in.
Oh, yeah?
Yes,
Oh, you was here.
I got,
You
yes.
was here.
We got
I do know. So
Okay,
anyway, let's move on.
okay. Planning Commission.
I mean, an
charge-
active farmer. You wouldn't even
Number
consider him.
15, Planning Commission charging documents.
Wait, if we're not going to consider appointing new people and, we were talking
Who's
of,
moving on?
I'm.
No, we're not done
I'm
with
talking
this.
about something else.
Oh, okay.
So we decided to move forward with charges to people that are on the planning commission.
Okay,
And since Doyle Pletcher is still on the planning commission,
Mhm.
because you are not replacing him or refusing
he's
to
a
replace
he's a
him.
holdover, you're right.
He is a holdover. I think we need to consider also considering charges against him along with the other two planning
Okay.
commission members.
That sounds reasonable.
Mhm.
Anything else?
The planning commission charging
Second.
documents we did receive, but there was a lot to read.
Okay,
So
are you gonna share it with the rest of us, or?
I think we were sent to them. They were sent to us and they were sent to us in an email. But they were.
From the attorney?
With the attorney's correspondence attached.
Yes.
It's in your email.
So anyway,
Second,
go ahead.
anything else?
No,
Second public comment.
On your, doing away with section 1802 on the zoning ordinance. If you go up to Article 18, procedure for special land use. Approval by planning commission. Since I've been involved in 2008, this 1802 addressed all the hearings. Cause it tells you what 500 feet away, you gotta notify people, 300 feet. You know, all these different things that has to be put in the paper 15 days ahead of time. If you do away with that, and that's just a gravel pit, what you guys are talking about. How does someone out with a special land use permit, what the planning commissioner, what do they go by if you're gonna completely do away with 1802?
I don't know, Bob, I asked that question.
Now, you guys need to consider looking at that because that has been used forever for all special land use permits.
so that's why it was presented to us, so that those specific questions could be asked. And then we can take it back. This is a document that we are presenting and it's for our input.
Okay, but
And it's not that we're going to send it on. If you have information, then we need to.
Yeah.
Put that,
that wasn't addressed though, and that's what I was wondering. Understand? Okay, that's all. And my other thing is that, once again, I have to ask, because on the February 27th or whatever meeting it was, a special meeting, I had asked about the special and your private investigator investigating the complaint by Mr. Bernard for discrimination. And my question is, again, your attorney wrote your policy or the township policy for harassment and discrimination, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So why wouldn't you forward that complaint to your attorney? Because they are 100% versed on that because they wrote it. They know your ordinances. Wouldn't they be able to look at that with basically a status at a glance and say if it has merit or not, rather than getting this private investigator? Because if he's gonna charge when he starts his car up and drives over here from Lansing at $165 an hour, compare your costs. Luann, you at that special meeting, you said the attorney costs more than the private investigator.
He did.
But when you look at time, how's that all gonna equal out? Status at a glance, folks. Just let him make a choice. Just please consider that. And your private investigator, I'm sure you guys have Googled his name. Anybody wants to Google Tommy Buchholz, Bucholz, and see what comes up? You hear private investigator. I would encourage you to Google that name.
Any other, go ahead, Ed.
Firm, 1802 doesn't have anything to do with special land use permits outside of the mining operation.
And this
That document.
18, yeah, it,
Go ahead, Ed.
Okay, Ed Matthew, 7951 Houston Drive, just a couple things, for the weed control. I didn't review the parcel number. As long as, if it's contiguous, yes, it should be one. If you have a parcel on the north side of the lake, another one on the south side, they may get charged twice.
right.
Just know, that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, I don't.
It was taken off.
Yep.
It wasn't, and it was put back on.
I
Yeah.
just want.
Yep,
It was
yep.
taken off once, wasn't
The other item I want, the proposal amendments, I guess, a planning commission member. I definitely feel we need to work a lot more with Wade Trim. Mr. Young is very knowledgeable of our ordinances. Again, I feel we need to really have him work with the planning commission. Because we are the board that really drafts the ordinances, goes through the steps. To take them to public comment or public hearings, get them ready to go to the Tuscola County Planning Commission for review. For us not to be involved, it's really going against the years of established planning commission procedures. And then the last item is the planning commission charges. I'm a little concerned because I'm assuming that my name's on it. Considering my name's on it, why wasn't I contacted that it be discussed tonight? Okay, and also, I've talked to, got legal advice, I've talked to other people. And for a planning commission member to really be brought up on these charges is unfounded. Because all we're doing is we're creating them, there's so many checks and balances that no lawyer would ever, no township lawyer would ever say they have any merit. So the question I'm gonna ask you is our township lawyer saying there's merit to these charges? Or they just, the form looks good? Or the procedure looks good? Have you heard from our attorney that there's merit? And if you haven't, I think it's time just to dismiss them. Let's move on. We were supposed to work as a team. We had a meeting. Everyone sat at the table right over there. And now we're right back to where we were 4 months ago. Why? Why are we back there? We're supposed to build our relationships, not keep tearing them down. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed. Anybody else? Sherry?
Hey, Sherry Morris, and I live at 3025 Orchard Lane. That's what it's regarding. So I'm gonna try to talk about something different, and so I guess it's gonna be public comment. So public comment, so you guys tell us we're able to come up here, right? We're gonna have a talk, and anything that we have that's a concern we can say, but I'm just wondering, as I prepared all day and took the time to write a letter to the board on the 12th and supplied all kinds of documentation, why should I bother? I don't hear a response back. You guys shut me down. Oh, the 3 minutes is up, but I don't hear anything later. I wrote a whole letter about my violations and I just get a letter from the zoning administrator. That's the thing I keep trying to say. And now you're doing it again with the planning commission changes. You keep relying on this one person who has proven 3 or 4 times. It's not just Sherry saying it. I gave you proof in that paperwork. Please read it. You cannot just trust certain people to say that this is what they said and then run with it. You got to trust people that have been sitting on these boards that are elected or appointed. And again, Ed stood here and read to us what the procedure is for appointing planning commission members. He appoints them.
If
And
you would,
you guys try to bully him. You bully him by, oh, I want them, I don't want him. Just because who you want, it's who he wants. He wanted Tim Kindness. You
Apparently
didn't
he doesn't
him,
want
Sharon. It
anybody.
was clear. You didn't want him. You want people that are suing. He is suing the township. You wanted him. You thought Todd Newton was well qualified. He's against vacation rentals. Just like Ed just said, when are we going to stop this? When are we going to be friends again and start working through this stuff? There's an ordinance, it's allowed, so stop fighting. It just seems like it's never gonna stop. And you guys are part of that problem. You're sitting here talking about filing charges against somebody. I'll tell you what, I see Ed. Ed does his homework. That guy prepares, he's ready when he comes to a meeting, and he is fair and honest. He does what's right and he doesn't go back and forth. He stands for what he believes. That's who we want on here, not people that can be bullied like Emery. Emery was for vacation rentals when Mark talked to him. Oh, now he's totally against it. So he's on a lawsuit. You know why? Because he was bullied by his friend Lay. Come on, it's public school bull crap. Adults, I don't see it. When are we gonna act like adults? You know, we're business owners here, and it's like we're just shut up. You get 3 minutes, and nobody gets back to us and says, Sherry, we read your concern. That's a real concern. I'm not just up here blabbing for nothing. There's some problems with the zoning administrator. You guys need to look at that and stop looking at everything she does as gospel. It's dangerous to the township. Or we're talking about filing lawsuits against people and stuff. Why did Luann step down from the planning commission? Because you were worried about a lawsuit. But yet you'd sit right here and file charges against Ed and whoever else you're doing. I'm sorry, it's bullying. It's bullying on the lake. I'm just sick of it.
I'll be
Really.
happy to
Thank
talk
you
to
for
you at
listening.
another time
I would
about
like
why
to
I
know-
stepped
I
down.
would like to know.
And I have a point of order on something you said.
Okay.
You said he gets to appoint. You got to say the whole sentence. He gets to appoint the person with the approval of the board.
Right.
That is how we have a balance of power to keep things smooth.
But what if he knows more than you do about why somebody should?
this is not up for debate.
No, I just cleared the
Don't
point of
debate.
order. I just clarified the point of order, Sherry.
Anybody else? Mark? Mark Morris, 3315 Orchard Lane, Millington. Earlier, Robert brought up that they're removed the 10th from the edge of the road for the signs. Well, if you guys look at this right now, I was concerned with that too at first, but it looks like it was put back in. If you go to page 5, number 3, it says all signs permitted under their subsections should be set back from property line or road right away up at least 10 feet. So am I to understand it was taken out and put back in? Can you guys tell me that? Who wrote this? Who wrote this in red?
Wade
Trim?
Wade
Is that
Trim,
Wade Trim?
yes.
So, you guys read that right now?
He
Explain that
took
to
it
me.
out of one place and put it in a place where it'd be clearer.
So it's
that's
not
all.
removed, correct?
No, it's not.
So
It's
it's
a-
one of my concerns.
Correct.
Right now,
Okay.
And I said, oh. I think I'm wrong. I'm wrong, anyway, it's not been removed.
Right, it hasn't been removed, it's been clarified.
That's all I wanted to know. Okay, got a letter here. From you guys, from you guys. It says applies setback of 10 feet from the edge of the traveled portion of the road. Since when do we go by traveled portion? That's not what's in the ordinance. Anybody?
Can I talk to you guys afterwards?
We don't debate things.
Huh?
We don't debate during public
Well,
comment.
I'm just asking questions. I'm not debating.
We're not,
I just answer for answers. That's all. That's what we're here for, right?
I'll talk to you guys afterwards.
Okay, thanks, Laura. I appreciate it. Mark, where did you see that put back in there? Cause I didn't see
Page
it.
5,
Page
top of the
5.
page, number 3. I was surprised when I read through and seen that. So it looks like a lot of this, that's the question, like, why are we redoing this? Sign ordinance, because basically it's a bunch of word shuffling and, a few things added to make it a little more restricted, and that's it. You know, so I don't see the need for this to go on to the planning commission whatsoever. It's really not doing anything.
Says all signs permitted under this subsection shall be set back from the front property line. Or road right of way,
Right,
or road right of way.
right.
Right now, it's a road right of
I
way
believe
plus
in
10
freedom of
feet.
speech. I think you should be able to have your signs, but if you're gonna make ordinances to follow, just like you've made ordinances for me on short-term rentals, you expect me to follow those ordinances.
But I think,
I expect you guys to enforce ordinances on other people.
the question on that is or.
What do you mean?
It's a property line or road right of way line.
So that would be include both, and I think, but anyways, how much
Okay.
time do I got left?
It was 30 seconds, but he was reading, so I stopped it.
Oh,
Do I got any time left?
sorry for messing your time up.
I'm good enough, man. That's my only concerns. Guys, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Anybody else? Okay, the action item, budget amendments. I make a motion, we make the budget adjustments. I don't know if you want me to read them off or not, or if you can, it's number 1 in your,
You should read them off.
okay. It's printing and publishing, we budgeted 3,500. It was increased to 5,800. We got amended $9,300, amended to $9,300. The assessor, we budgeted 33,000. We're increasing another $500, so it'll be $33,500. Training for the planning commission, we budgeted 400. We got to increase to another 1,800. And so we're gonna amend it to $2,200. Park and recreational salaries, we budgeted 1,440. We got to increase another $70 to 1,510. Parks and recreation, FICA employer. I guess, we budgeted 0. We got to increase it to $100, and the amended portion will be $100. Parks and recreational Medicare employer, we budgeted 0. We got to increase it to $30. The amended value would be $30. Contingencies, we budgeted 16,000. We're short, or we're taking $8,300 out, and a new amended would be $7,700. Did I say that contingency right?
Yeah, you used 8,300 of contingency, leaving a balance
$8,300.
of 77, yes.
Yep.
Just want to read up here.
Oh, motion, I'll make the motion. Somebody want to second it?
I'll second. To approve this is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll second
And seconded by Gerald. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, we need a roll call, please.
Cook,
it. Yes.
Loomis,
Yes.
Jarzell,
Yes,
Cameron, yes, Heineck,
Yes,
Motion passed. HMA road work agreement. Basically, it's from Fulmer Road, it's on Fulmer Road from Barnes to the Millington Village limits. It's a half a mile. The width is 22 foot at a cost of $59,855.40.
I make a motion that we do the Tuscola County Road Commission, accept the bid for the road of Millington to Fulmer. I'm sorry, Fulmer to Barnes Road and Barnes Road to Vassar and with the cost of $59,855.40.
Okay, and the second part of that was Millington Road or Millington Township, it was Barnes Road from Vassar to Millman. It's 0.67 miles at 22-foot width for $77,913. Sharon made the motion.
For
So-
both roads,
So-
right?
And I make the motion for Vassar to Milliman also for 77,913.
Support.
There's been a motion, has been supported. Is there any discussion? Laura, need a roll call, please?
Loomis,
Yes,
Cook,
Yeah,
Luna,
Yes,
Cameron, yes, and Yarzell.
Yes,
motion passed. Don't nobody go away because I gotta have 3 signatures on each one, so. Southern Links Trailway budget. So our portion of the budget is $5,000.
I make the motion that we do the Southern Trail Links. Budget part of $5,000.
You've heard the motion has been seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, you roll call, please?
Loomis,
Yes.
Cameron, yes, Cook,
Yeah,
Heine,
yeah,
Yarzell.
yes,
Motion passed. Number 4, waiver of escrow fee.
and they.
And I assume that's the publishing and everything,
yeah.
Gerald? I thought so. Any idea what the cost is?
I do not.
Okay,
I'll make the motion that we waive the escrow fee for American Auto Sales and Service.
I'll support that. You've heard the motion, it's been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
Heine,
Yes,
Yarzell,
yes,
Loomis,
Yes,
Cameron, yes, and Cook.
Yes,
motion passed. Removal of weed control, parcel 017-012-600-0800-00.
I make a motion to remove the weed control from property number 017-012-600-0800-00.
support.
You've heard the motion, has been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, let's do a roll call. Laura.
Yarzell,
yes,
Cook,
Yes,
Cameron, yes, Loomis,
Yes,
and Heine.
Yes,
motion passed. Number 6, simplified
Simplified
IT quotes. So
Mhm.
we're looking at 15,000 total. Am I correct on that, or approximately?
It depends on how many computers. I would like mine to get,
I say mine works fine, so I
okay,
don't want to spend the public's money if it works fine.
okay. Sharon?
I definitely know that the server needs replacing,
Yes,
and yes, I would like to not have my issues.
So it'll be 2.
I'm going,
Jackie probably, or no? I know she just got a new monitor.
she was in favor of getting a new computer.
Okay,
So that would be 3 of them.
Three of them.
$2,760
okay.
plus the.
Server,
Yeah, plus the server and.
11,318,
So we're around,
15.
it'll be less than 15.
And I guess if I have problems later on, I can always get a new one, but
It'll probably cost more, he said, because they're gonna go up
Well,
a whole lot.
I don't replace mine at home just because they're gonna go up either, so.
Well, if yours is working fine, that's great.
Yeah, I've never had no problems with it, so.
Let me get an actual total since
Okay.
we have that out. And I can just mention it in the motion. Okay. I make a motion that we approve the clerk and treasurer and office administrator to get new computers. That would total $2,760 and allow the township to get a new server and get that installed for a quote of
$11,318.
so for a total of $14,078.
support,
You've heard the motion has been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
Okay, Cook,
Yes.
Cameron, yes, Loomis,
Yes,
Heine,
Yes,
and Charzell.
Yes,
motion passed. Number 7, recreational vehicle violations, case number 2024-002.
What was you wanted approval or?
Board authorization to violation.
I make the motion that we take the next step and go to send him a violation. Correct,
Violation notice, okay.
violation notice.
support.
You've heard the motion, been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Those opposed, motion passed. Designate Millington Cemetery Emergency Relocation Site.
I move that we allow St. Paul Lutheran School to use the cemetery, garage and paved areas as their emergency gathering place in the event of a major emergency.
I support.
You've heard the motion has been supported. Is there any discussion? I think it's still a good idea to call the insurance company, just to make sure, nothing.
We could add that.
Okay, okay. I think it's a very good idea other than that, so. So you've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
I,
Those opposed, motion passed. Let me see, proposed amendments.
I make a motion to table the proposed amendments and have all board members and any other persons send their questions and concern to the zoning administrator for clarification on the amendment draft.
support.
You've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? When you say any other persons, are you talking the planning commission or just the board itself?
Any peer persons that have concerns, if there's somebody that had a concern regarding the signs or anything else, they can submit it to the zoning administrator and then she can
Get all the
Okay, like
answers.
the planning,
Clarify one of the things that came up. So just to be clear, we're not. The ordinance to repeal, it's repealing ordinance 1801. It's not repealing section 1801. Those are two drastically different things, and I think people are getting those confused.
Thanks for the
Eighteen oh
clarification.
one or 1802, Tammy?
1802.
Did you just not say 1801? I'm sorry.
Oh, I apologize. It's
okay,
an ordinance, not a section. It's an
So we're tabling that.
Yeah, I made the motion to table it.
I'll
Did you
second,
get-
okay, I'll second that.
Charzell.
Oh, George, I'm sorry, George already did. Okay, you've heard the motion been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Number 10, delegation of authority deputy supervisor.
I move to have all members of the board send me their suggestions for the resolute, so we can put together a resolution draft establishing the position of deputy supervisor. Deputy township supervisor.
I'll support that.
Now, we're also gonna work on the other ones too.
Yeah.
correct? Okay. You've heard the motion, it's been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Number 12, tree removal for cemetery.
I make a motion that we accept the bid from One Call Tree Service for the amount of $6,650 to clean up and secure the cemetery property. If that is still the best price after I get 2 other quotes.
Support.
So you're gonna get 2 other quotes, and if that's the best price, we'll go with that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
If it's not the best price, we'll revisit it. at
yep,
the next
yep.
meeting.
I'm not saying it is, but it's the residents' money and I think we,
That's the,
okay. You've heard the motion has been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
wait, who supported that one?
I did.
Thank you, Sharon. Okay, Jarzell,
Yes,
Cameron, yes, Loomis,
Yes.
Cook,
Yes.
and Kanye.
Yes.
Okay, number 13, repair, replace damaged headstone. So we don't know for sure what we're gonna do on that one, or,
So did you ask the insurance company? Is that, can that be covered under our?
I did not ask the insurance company about that one.
I know I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure before they covered it. But I think it'd be worth asking them.
Okay.
can we go ahead and move to fix it and ask them before it
Well,
happens?
I think it needs to be replaced. I don't think we can fix it.
Well,
That was-
yeah,
That was what we
The
needed to decide. whether
replacement.
To fix it or replace it, and my thought was replace it because it's like a $500. If it doesn't work, then we'll end up replacing it.
and they gave us a $9,000 or $900 discount.
And I think it's one of those deals I would talk to Jeff about, because if they give us $1,000 and our insurance goes up more than that, then it's not worth it,
That was,
you know, to make sure it's worth it.
that was my thought.
Yeah,
So we-
so, okay,
Okay, so I make a motion that we accept Grace Monument's bid of $1,900 to replace the damaged headstone of the damaged headstone. I'm not sure what those, what is after that, yeah, is that
so
after?
at the price of 1,900, is that what you're saying?
Yes, but after, like, cause I
Well,
wrote it out with that, but not with the insurance, you're.
You
wanting
just-
to get back with
You'll
me?
just
Well,
click
well-
on that, and if they pay for it, it'll
We're
take it
still
off.
gonna get it done, but if they cover it, that's,
So then I
That's-
make a motion that we accept Grace Monument's bid of 1,900 to replace the damaged headstone.
Support.
you've heard the motion and it's been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, Laura, need a roll call, please?
Jarzell,
Yes,
Cook,
Yes.
Cameron, yeah, Kanye,
Yes.
and Louise.
Yes. Number 14, plan commission appointments.
I feel that it's going to have to be tabled. Is that what we're,
I think the issue is we have a lot of hearings come up, and to have a person on the planning commission that isn't an appointed person, it's just a holdover, may be detrimental.
Currently, you don't have anybody you would like to.
I really, I mean, I had a couple guys that came in and asked me what the job was. I said, I'd like to have a resume, because that's what you guys are gonna require. They haven't got back with me. Of course, I've been busy with board of review and now I'm working on the budget. And also, we've got the private investigator investigating it. So right now, I don't know where we stand. I might have to appoint Robert Bernard. I don't know.
Just so you guys are aware, you do not have to be a citizen of the township to be on the planning commission. You have to own land in the township.
You wanna?
So.
Well, we can't, well, you can't do anything with it.
Table it.
We
You know,
just,
We have a
just don't have,
nominee.
I don't even know if we need a motion, because we just don't have.
Well, if you're gonna table it, you're gonna have to have a motion.
I support that, then. Made a motion. I will support it.
Gerald made, it. Oh, Gerald made, it. Okay, you've heard the motion has been supported. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed. Number 15, planning commission charging documents.
So we've gotten the documents. Apparently some of them didn't see them yet. So I would also like to consider Mr. Pletcher to be the information be also considered and turned into our attorney to see if there's any validity to the complaints. So I would like to table the planning commission charging documents and along with adding Mr. Pletcher to those documents, and until we have the township board has time to thoroughly review the information.
Support.
You've heard the motion, it's been supported. Is there any discussion?
I just
What?
want to clarify that your intent is to have me draft a third document. Okay, just making sure that I'm working under your authority.
I would like to know when we discussed these. Have we ever
We
discussed these?
started,
We voted on them to be sent to the lawyer,
we
yeah.
started out,
We've
not-
never had a discussion about all the charges, have we?
That's because they haven't been laid out and clarified, so we wanted to have all the information and documentation and and to assure us that from the lawyer that they are justified.
this-
Their actions are justified to make the formal complaint. So right now, there's no formal complaint. We are just in the discovery process.
this
I
started-
think we should be discussing this stuff though.
For sure, that's why you have them.
This started out in October. We talked about it in December. Now we're still talking about it.
We did
Yeah, but
just
we've
get
never
them.
discussed them.
Nope,
You know,
not that I know of.
Charge
So
by charge.
did you get the information?
It just came through late this afternoon.
Okay.
No,
Oh,
if
late
it was
this afternoon?
today's emails, I
Yeah.
did not.
Yeah, so those are there, it spells everything out. And we can have an extra meeting to discuss them if you'd like. Because there's a lot of information to review and information that the lawyer put together, recommends, and to prove or disprove what we're worried
I
about.
can give you the chronology if you'd like. Sure,
You,
would that be helpful
right now?
if you'd like?
Sure.
So there was a,
Point of order.
Go ahead, Ed.
If I'm being noted on this document, I would request a closed meeting to discuss this. That's my option. So I would think you should really consider your next moves.
He
All
is
three of those should get that same option.
so
Yeah.
this is in a hearing. Would you like the chronology?
Can you meet later with them?
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing specific to any individual. You're talking about dates. I don't understand the concern, but
Well, I think you need to meet with them later.
I'll leave that up to Mr. Cook's discretion. If you'd like me to send the dates.
I'll get a hold of you later.
Okay.
Thank you.
So the next thing is supervisor's report.
Before you adjourn, you ought to pass out those road agreements to get them signed, because you're
Yep.
gonna have a majority of the board making an approval decision, so just do it before you adjourn, so you don't possibly violate an open meeting act.
Good idea, Bob.
So I think you had a motion on the table. Did you vote? No.
I don't believe so.
Oh, no,
What was the motion?
they wanted to get to that stage. No, we did not vote on it.
What was the motion,
She wanted to table the planning commission charging documents until we had time to look everything over. But she wanted to add Mr. Fletcher. To direct, Ms. Denzer to write up the charging documents for Mr. Fletcher.
Okay. Was that seconded?
Yes.
Okay, you've heard the motion, it was seconded, is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye,
Aye.
those opposed, motion passed.
Before you move on, I did under my zoning administration. Bring you a question of the complaint on Mercury Lake Road. That parcel. The last 6 digits ending in 190000. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sign them too, if you would please,
We're at.
Top or the bottom?
the top.
That would take today, I would like to table it. Honestly, if the neighbors have complaints. You and I have discussed that before, we're on different sides of the fence with that one, so.
So are you making a motion?
I
to
am
table?
making a motion to table. The parcel ID ending in 190000. Until everyone has had time to look it over and think about it.
Is that the one we just got tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
About the 5 campers in one spot.
Yep, out on Murphy Lake and M15. You've heard the motion, it's been supported, is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye,
Aye.
those opposed, motion passed. Okay. So the supervisors report, they're busy with border review. Been working on the budget, our budget meeting's the 26th. I'll have copies ready the 20th. Been doing some splits and combinations, and I want to thank Bob Worth for filling in as deputy supervisor.
I have 3 things.
Okay,
Number one, I will not be at the April 20th meeting because I'll be in MTA conference, the training that's going on up there for the annual conference for MTA. Myself. So I know we had discussed whether we were gonna possibly try to change that date or not. I wasn't sure if that was still an option or so I wasn't sure what anyone thought about that.
you're the only ones who'll be missing, or
I know.
so your deputy could fill in?
Luann, are you going up on that date?
No,
No.
up on Monday, no.
So basically, it's just you and your deputy could fill in. I mean,
Yeah, yep.
Tammy's gonna be gone, but I'm sure her
What day?
deputy could fill in also.
It's our next meeting, April 20th, I believe is the date. Also, I had sent out an email to everyone separately about the key aspects of a consent agenda, trying to make meetings move a little more smoother and quicker. Did everyone have time to look over that email?
I just
Yeah,
briefly looked at it, but
Okay.
I did look at it.
I was thinking it would be a nice way to kind of condense some things, because there's, we have like 3 or 4. I make a motion, we can just make a motion to approve all that stuff at the beginning of the meeting, and if anyone did not agree with it, I gave specific verbiage to leave, if there was something that you didn't agree with the meeting minutes, there's verbiage that we can, say I approve the other 2 items without that third one being in there. So no one's forced into doing anything, but we don't have to make 3 separate motions at the beginning of the meeting. It can just be, it can be done in one vote instead of like 3 separate ones, because most of the time paying the bills, and approving the agenda and approving last month's meeting, those are 3 things that we usually just approve. I mean, if there's something that's not.
I'll tell you what I don't like is the way it's split up. You talk about something and then down at the bottom action items.
Okay,
Sometimes you forget what you actually talked about. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So I think it'd be helpful if you talk about it under new business, if you vote right away.
Oh, okay, well, that's.
Well, it's
something
still fresh in your mind.
I don't.
Is that what you're talking about?
No,
No.
Oh,
I'm simply talking about up here where we have
up there.
yeah, we've got the pledge of allegiance, then we
Yep.
got approved, we vote on approving the agenda.
Mhm.
We approve the minutes of the last meeting, and we like the
Treasury report and pay the bills.
Instead of voting 1, 2, 3 times right there, we can just do that all together at
Yeah.
one time. So,
I guess my thoughts are that's no big deal, but I mean, I'll do what everybody else wants to do, but
it wasn't anything we needed to vote on. I just want to
Mhm.
make sure you guys all got that. And then the third thing, I've been getting emails about data center ordinances. I know Tammy has sent us all stuff. I just want us all to be aware of it, and kind of if we hear any training on it, we should probably start looking into that as well as our planning commission, because it's coming down the pipes and we need to be prepared for that. So those were my 3 things.
If I may tag on to your sentiments, you table quite a few things that have a significant impact on your zoning administrator's ability to speak to those things. So if those are the items that are going to be on your April 20th agenda, those are not things that my deputy is going to be prepared to address.
Okay.
So they would have to be tabled again. Or a special meeting before that.
we're after that, one or the other.
We do, the budget hearing is the 26th.
26, right?
We go over any of this at the 26th meeting. That should give. It's just over a week.
Yeah, I don't know if that's.
Yeah, I think the budget will take And
Budget,
that's like a budget workshop. I think we have to do a separate
as we
meeting.
go through all the whole
Okay.
thing. Okay,
We got from the planning. We just got the agenda now is similar to what ours is. And it, everybody likes it. It worked well, pretty good.
okay,
We reviewed and voted on to send several ordinances to Wade Trim. To get them in the new copy of the ordinance whenever that comes out. We've reviewed the possibility of amending section 14.11 for the prohibited structures. 2 members were absent or abstained for conflicts. The vote was 2 yeses and 1 no. So it was said that the proposal failed. But after I have asked a couple of different people, and they said because 2 abstained, it was like they weren't even in the room. And the proposal should have passed. So we'll have to get that fixed at the next meeting.
get that verified or whatever.
So, other than that,
I think you got someone disagreeing with you.
There was, you probably didn't see the email that was sent out this afternoon. Per MTA and Michigan law. But we are voting on a zoning ordinance amendment. You have to have majority of the board, not just a common majority vote. Read the email, it was sent out this afternoon. You got it, Mr. Loomis, you got it, so.
I'll have to look at it,
Yeah,
Ed.
we should cover that, on you.
But if 2.
But-
But you were.
we weren't voting on an ordinance, we were just voting on sending it.
It was
To a-
pertaining to making an ordinance amendment. So you're voting on making an ordinance amendment.
But if you have 2 that cannot vote, they're,
So in other words, what you're saying, you gotta have majority of the board.
You gotta have a majority of the board according to MTA.
Okay.
But that was,
to reach out to MTA.
Well, you guys can take care of that yourself.
It's in the
You don't need to
MTA
get
books.
involved in
It's very clear in the MTA books.
I will
It's the majority of
Okay.
voting members.
Only on ordinance amendment. So it's good.
Okay, anything else, rail trail? Probably nothing.
Well, we couldn't have our meeting last week. Dale was sick, but we're meeting this Thursday. I'm sure he's gonna say thank you for the 5,000. And if anybody wants to come, it's at 10 a.m. over in the village office. We're just getting cranked up for the year. It's our first one.
And there is a meeting the 26th.
Yes, the budget meeting, correct.
I didn't,
Oh, you
I must have missed that.
didn't get an email?
I didn't write it down.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought I sent it to everybody.
You might have, I might have missed it, but I didn't
Okay.
write it down, so.
Okay, yeah, the 26th at 6
Okay.
o'clock.
so, I would like to talk on something. So as it was said in public comment, the township board is aware of some recent information circulating regarding our private investigator that we retained. Accusations on social media from 2021 and stating that it happened in 2011. I just want you to know the investigator retained by the township is a licensed professional investigator in the state of Michigan. And the township has already entered into an agreement and begun the investigation process. And at this point, the investigator has completed several hours of work. And replacing the investigator now would likely increase costs and delay the investigations. And our priority is to ensure the complaints that are reviewed promptly, fairly, and independently. For that reason, the board, I believe, that it is appropriate to allow the investigation to currently go underway and proceed as is. And that they are only accusations. There was no formal complaints. There was no charges. So that's where we stand at this moment.
And I do agree in today's day and age, I mean, things can be fabricated at any time. We all know that, so. I would agree with that.
And the reason we need to need an outside investigator to get fair process for everyone involved.
Okay, as far as the park, we're not opened yet, but I am applying for some grants. We're looking to put in a. I always get this wrong, disc golf, but
Pickleball.
get pickleball court. I can never remember that name, but 2 pickleball courts. We got a bid for 2 of them. I'm gonna apply for some grants and hopefully get that going this summer.
How did your tile go last summer?
Good,
Draining?
good. That was Rick Sherman's yard. We had a couple bad culverts going into the soccer field. They was crushed. So we paid to replace those and he done the tiling. So everything is good. It's raining good, so. We wanted to also put some in the soccer field. But the elevation of the ditch, it just didn't work out, so we'll have to do something else there, but. We did get the culverts replaced and everything working fine. Well, I make a motion to adjourn.
Or
Been a motion to adjourn, been supported. Is there any discussion? Not, if not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion passed.
So make sure everybody sends any concerns to our zoning administrator, please.
Sooner rather than later.
Yes, yes, it will.
So it's like some of that stuff needs to.
So,
Exactly, it's just like, since it was set. I got you,
okay.
Huh?
Okay, get off page tonight?
Joe, once these ones signed. Here, feel fine.
Yeah, Tommy got one.
Favorite sister-in-law.
Oh, okay, I guess,
She was talking.
well, I can just copy.
I'm gonna show you this thing before you go.
She was very young. Makes sense since when I chase now. Where was?
No,
And can I have you sign, I got full copies of it's the things that you guys signed earlier.
yeah. Explain everything, okay. I just signed those copies. I just had a copy of the.
She's, Jackie said she was not leaving for days.
She's the boss.
So. Didn't, because it wasn't making sense until I just now saw it. So you got it.
Wow,
Yeah. Here's the.
For that one hour ago.
Okay.
Yeah, then I get stuff there. Part of that. Ready? I was looking for that.
I know tremendously, and people coming from all over.
Really? Cool. Did you, and I still work. Well,
I didn't do it.
went there, but I know it they kind of.
I'm not feeling real good, so I was
Rob Williams, I don't know how much he gets out there, but Dennis Dutching out there all the time.
Yeah,
there.
I knew some of my stuff on that, but it was.
Yeah, Dennis probably really helped us out the most. Rob's working out fish place.
There's an exit.
Kind of.
Yeah.
At nights or something, he said, no, I'm not working nights, and
Okay.
so
Sorry, I don't see.
that's what Dennis told me. I don't know that
Yeah.
for sure.
It could be. They're pretty good friends.
Where does it
Yeah.
say?
And Lauren,
Since South Fish or something.